This Could Get Dicey is a Dungeons & Dragons podcast, so things can sometimes get a little, well, you know. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Lü'mis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I'd just like to say it's a beautiful day to finally finish a 2-month-long crochet project.
Congratulations.
Thank
Are you
so
wearing
much.
said crochet project right now?
This project is in the room with us right now.
Okay, cool.
Listeners at home, another visual bit here.
Yes, for the listeners at home, I am wearing a granny square, if anyone's familiar with that technique, crochet cardigan sweater thing. It is
Wow.
fall color, because that's when I kind of started the project.
It's
but
so opportune that it's actually cold today.
it is very opportune. But yeah, it took me forever. I don't think I'll probably make another one anytime soon, but I am very proud of myself.
It looks
Good
good.
job.
That's really cool. It looks so cozy.
Thanks.
It looks very comfy.
It
Is
is very
blanket
comfy
next?
cozy.
Blanket next?
Oh, blanket would be easy.
Oh.
Because it's kind of mindless if you do the same stitch over and over again.
Okay. So it's all the putting it together that was annoying?
Yes, the sewing part of crocheting did
fun.
not like.
What? There's intersectional thread work happening?
Yes. So, like I said, it's a granny square, but to put it together, I used a mattress seam sewing technique.
That sounds hard.
So comfy, it's like you're on a mattress.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife will eventually listen to this episode and go, "Shit, she did what? No way!" Now, question, Destiny, are you gonna throw this thing in the washing machine?
It will never be washed.
Rain wash only.
Rain wash only. Febreze. Body spray. Scented. I'm too scared to throw it.
That's fair. I would be too.
You could hand wash it maybe, but I've never hand washed anything though, so I don't actually know how annoying that is.
The worst part is having to get in the big tub and have the old washboard and have the old school clothing on so you can wash it on a washboard. That's the worst part of hand washing.
Yes, I don't have a washboard.
Truly.
rolling your overalls up.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal. I play Ellis Vindove, and it's a beautiful day to listen to a really nice song you've never heard before.
Okay.
Sing
What
it.
genre?
Oh.
I'm sure there's probably some DMCA things. I probably won't sing it. It's not my. I used to listen to a lot of folk poppy, indie folk, very sleepy acoustic music. When I was a lot younger, but there's this song that I'd never heard of from 2005. By this duo called the Weepies, and they have a song called "Gotta Have You."
Oh.
And it's a really sweet. I saw a TikTok cover, a group of people covering that song, and I was singing it in my head for a week. I was like, "Damn, this song's a bop!" And I finally took the jump from TikTok video to actually searching it to see if it's a thing, and I was like, oh, it's a cover, and I listened to the original song, and I was just like, holy shit, this song is so sweet. It's very, very nice.
That album got me through middle school heartbreak stuff. Say I Am You. Great album.
Really?
Yep. If you're into that, it's a very specific type of 2006, I think. Music.
It is a very good little time capsule of 2000. It came out in 2005, and it's wow, that's 2005, but very good, very very sweet. I didn't know that's very cool that you knew that record.
The World Spins Madly On. fantastic song.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Tears
I've heard
every
that
time.
song.
Yeah,
Because
it's like their most popular
Grey's
song.
Anatomy or something.
Yes.
In a cursory Wikipedia search of the Weepies, man, those two must be making bank money because boy howdy have their shows been used on Grey's Anatomy, How I Met Your Mother, Sex and the City. Like, good for them. That's the goal. To write a song that get used in syndicated television.
Let's go. Hey, Weepies, get at us. Because that's sick. We should collab.
Yes, because we could pay
Please.
them so much money.
But yeah, I'm gonna dive. Hopefully the rest of the record sounds like this song because love the song. Gonna dive into the rest of the record.
I'm going to go back and listen. Thanks, Alex. Hello. I'm Kenny Chilton, and I'm playing Emil Mazak, and it's a beautiful day to hit a new personal record on something.
PR baby.
PR
Nice.
time.
Oh, I was really hoping it was gonna be like a Mario Kart race.
No, it's not a video game PR. It's a physical action PR.
I thought it was pizza roll PR.
Was it lifting?
It was not lifting. I'm doing this push-up challenge to see how quickly, starting on January 1st, how quickly can I, if I do 50 push-ups every day, how quickly until I can do all 50 without stopping.
Oh.
I hit 44 today, right before we started recording. I hit 44, so I think I can get it by the end of February.
You get a pump in right before the recording.
Well, right before this, I hit like a 10-minute yoga thing because I realized if I do yoga first, then I do my push-ups. My push-ups are like way better than if I just do them cold, which totally warm up
That makes
obviously.
sense. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna get it.
Me and Destiny were on the call. You got up to do your pre-show ritual, and Kenny was like, "I gotta do push-ups really quick," and like hopped off screen.
You
I didn't
did
realize
that
you
while I
did
went to the
44.
bathroom.
Yeah.
My
That was
pre-show
so quick.
ritual is to go to the bathroom, everybody.
Well, yeah, 44. Wish me luck, everyone.
You didn't even sit back in that chair like huffing.
I took a second to compose myself off screen.
Okay.
10 minutes of yoga and these push-ups while I was gone for 1 minute.
No, I did the yoga before we recorded. Before we
Oh.
even hopped. Didn't you get the notification?
Didn't you
Destiny
get-
texted
yeah.
me back right away.
I mean,
I hit him with that reply.
Auto reply anytime I work out.
I will.
there it is. I see it. 1 second.
Becky said on repeat with
Nice.
headphones.
With headphones.
Destiny.
There was a reply for Destiny the other day that said, "Over it," with a rainbow. And I was like, I don't really know what they meant by this one. Send.
I need to turn my notifications on. I want to know when y'all work out. That's great.
Becky's making a face.
Becky, what's that face?
You won't get many notifications from me.
That's okay.
Hello, my name is Becky Schmader, and I'm the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and it's a beautiful day to clean out your pantry.
Ooh.
Love cleaning out my pantry.
That's a great feeling. It can be a great feeling.
It can also be a
bit of
sobering
bummer.
feeling.
Sobering.
Mm.
Well, I've had multiple roommates in this house before, and so I was cleaning it out and found some things, y'all. Bread flour that expired in 2018, which is funny because we didn't live in this house in 2018. So someone
Came
got
with you.
expired
Came with
flour
you.
into this house.
That we have stuff like that too. I'm sure. Still.
But there was 3 bags of expired bread flour, and I was like, all right,
Oh.
gotta go. Some expired quinoa, some expired cranberry sauce.
Did you do this just like because it was on your list of things to do? Because the last 3 fucking times we've had to clean out our pantry, it's been beget from crisis. Like there has been bugs in there or something. Like
No bugs.
grain weevils is what they're called.
Right. Well, I thought I was going to open these bags and that something would have been feasting on this expired bread flour, but no. I'm working on a new, not diet, but like I'm going to try out some new cuisine. And so I was like, so I had to get some new groceries for said new cuisine. And so I was like, let me make some space. That sounds really fancy. I got beans and cornmeal, and I need to make sure there was a spot for them.
Every time I've had to like clean out my pantry or like fridge, I'll like look at my wife on the couch and I'll be like, "You gotta get out of here. You don't want to see the sin I'm about to commit.
It's a little bummer.
The eco-terrorism I'm about
Oh
to
my
I
gosh,
know,
I'm
we're-
the same. Oh, my wife's gonna listen to this, but I'm the same way when I clean out the fridge. It's just like, you better go, or I better do it when you're not here, because
morals out the window.
we have a thriving compost, but it's not. None of this is gonna see the compost.
Yes, yeah. I'd be looking at jars, and I'm just like, I could go the extra mile.
No, it sucks. Here in
It does
America,
suck.
we're wasting a lot of food, everybody. Let's all be better. That being said, don't look at my garbage can.
not this. That's a next week goal.
I did find some cucumbers I completely forgot about in the fridge, too. Oh, buddy.
Was it soup?
They were flat and goo, flat
I mean, they're
goo
mostly
cucumbers.
water, so that's
They,
appropriate.
I was like, oh. And I feel bad because had I known they were in there, I would have eaten them. But obviously I forgot about them 4 months ago, so.
Nice.
Are y'all ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Hey, the dice spin madly on.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I'm ready to take out the triad.
Last we left off, our adventurers made their way into the city of Mistfall once again. Their pockets were heavy with gold as they headed off to Tiny Tim's to spend it. They picked up quite a few items, including some ways to enchant armor or weapons, a bug spying kit, some spell scrolls, and they put in an order with Venzor's varieties as well. The order will come from Venzor by bird in the morning. You all then decided to head off to the academy, which is where we find you all standing out in the hallway looking into the academy chapel. The chapel has webbing branches creating the roof above, light flickering into the chamber through the leaves. A large window sits behind an altar that looks out into the woods. The altar is covered with wax from candles perpetually burning. On the walls are alcoves for statues of various gods, one for Dodothal, Lumixen, Themiska, Siloria, Volpanus, and others who for sure exist but aren't named yet in this campaign, but they're there, everybody. By each statue are offerings of various things. Some have little mementos or lockets or rings. Others have little toys or flowers by them. There are a few holy persons in the chapel. One is sort of like sweeping the floor. The other by a desk in the back writing in a book. And you all are standing out in the hallway kind of looking into this chapel, not quite over the threshold yet of the door. What do you all do?
Are you meant to just like walk in?
I think at temples and stuff, isn't like everybody invited in? Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, should be. I haven't crossed the threshold of a holy place as a holy person, so here we go. I walk up to the door of the chapel without crossing the threshold, and I say, knock knock. Great Mother of Abundance, here I come. And I enter the chapel. Can I go in?
Yeah, you can go in. And then you're immediately smited by Siloria, who sets you on fire. Just kidding. You walk over the threshold completely fine. Nothing changes.
Come on, Lü'mis.
I will be like, yeah, it's no big deal. And as I'm walking through the threshold, I'm like thinking that we have to do something or say something. I go, Nanox is in the house, and I druid craft a couple raven's feathers and just like poof them into the air as I walk through.
Helena is standing nearby as well. I would most like to pray in this holy space. I will walk in. You don't have to say something as you walk over the threshold of holy places.
Amen.
Emil kind of set this precedence. I'm in.
All right.
Lü'mis definitely hesitates for a bit once everyone walks in, and then takes a deep breath and slowly attempts to cross this threshold.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a religion check.
Can I help by
Yes. By doing what?
kneeling down on the floor in front of the door? Hold on, let me cook. I kneel down on the floor, both knees, in front of the door, in deference to whatever greater power is stopping Lü'mis from entering this building. And I say, "Dear gods, you know Lü'mis. You know his heart. Do you have a heart? You know his intentions. They're good. Hey, he wants to save all of this. And, if you could just send him a little invite, I think that would go a long way and add another soldier to the fight to keep you and everything you love alive. So, come on, gods. Let him in. Amen."
All right. You can roll with advantage.
Hell yeah. Oops.
How many dice did you roll?
Bad omens. Bad omens.
500 d20s.
Ooh, okay. A 19.
Okay. You prepare yourself again for sort of like the disappointment that you've maybe faced recently at a chapel door. You take a deep breath and begin to walk over the threshold, prepared to sort of like feel a resistance or a pushback. And instead, you feel almost like a gentle pull into the chapel. And you're able to cross the threshold into the chapel.
This is new. This has never happened before.
Lü'mis, welcome inside of a building.
One of us. One of us. Everybody, one of us.
One of us.
One of us.
So what do you want to?
All right.
What do you want to do?
Ellis just goes to the nearest pew and lies down. Come get me when y'all are done or whatever.
As Lü'mis kind of enters, I'll leave him alone, and I'll walk up. Is there a non-denominational altar situation here, like a nondescript altar?
Yeah, the main altar of the chapel is non-denominational, so it's covered in a bunch of candles that you're votive candles that you can kind of light and say a prayer to all gods sort of thing. So there's that.
I'll say to Helena, "Do you have any matches? I'm fresh out."
I see that they have little sticks up there that you can use to light.
Good one, Emil.
Thank you so much. I think the gods appreciate some humor. But really, Helena, what I was gonna ask was, I've been kind of talking to Siloria and getting some stuff back. That vision, vivid. New powers, excellent. Is there something I should be saying or doing to show I'm hey, thanks so much. I'm grateful for you keeping me alive?
Well, you certainly could say prayers to Siloria, give her thanks. I feel like most gods get prayers when they are wanted or when they are needed in times of despair or anguish. So I'm sure they would love to hear praises. It is not often that they get praises sung to them.
All right, I'm not going to sing anything, but here we go. And I'll light a candle. I'll say, yeah, thanks, Siloria. These new powers are pretty cool. I feel your presence. And I know it's been rough here the last couple of weeks for us. And we would not have gotten through this without you. So to thank you, I'm going to list you as a diamond-level investor in Venzor's varieties. You would not, the business would kind of tank if it wasn't for all the work we're doing. So it does get you a 20% discount at the store. I'll extend it to Helena as your champion. And amen.
Did you do that like out of earshot of Helena, or with Helena
Yes.
right now?
No, yeah,
Okay.
that was private.
Okay, private. Yeah, Helena will go over to. There's like an actual statue to Siloria, and she'll pull out.
Oh shit, I didn't see that. I would have been over there.
Well, that's okay. You can pray in multiple spots if you'd like. She pulls out like a twig that she had kind of like tucked in her breastplate, and puts it in like a bowl. It has like little berries on it. And she kneels, like pulls out her axe and like lays it on her knee and prays to Siloria. Lü'mis, what are you doing here?
Lü'mis feels very awkward and does not know what to do with himself.
Sure.
I think they're kind of just like pacing around looking at the statues, kind of dilly-dallying, not really, not necessarily super gun-ho to be praying to, talking with a god like Emil and Helena are, but eventually he'll make his way to what I'm assuming is there's a statue or something of Dodathal in this area.
Yeah, there's a little like Dodathal alcove with her symbology in stone, and there's like a little altar with some knickknacks and offerings on it.
What kind of offerings are there?
You see here, more so than on other ones, a lot more like mementos, like memories of people probably, so like lockets or rings, maybe like some art, or like some toys, things like that.
He'll kind of look around him to make sure no one's nearby. Is anyone nearby?
There's like an old gnome man like sweeping, but he's like in the middle of the chapel, kind of just like sweeping the central aisle.
Lü'mis looks at all the offerings and just the surroundings of Dodathal's shrine or whatever, and then just goes, "Hey, Dodathal, it's me, Lü'mis. I guess the last time we spoke or you saw me, I went by a different name. Technically, not entirely sure what I need to be doing here or if this is even what I should be doing, but a lot of signs recently have led me to you. To be quite honest, I need something from you. I'm hoping that's okay. I have 2 party members that are, I guess, in their own ways going down a religious path and have become more powerful because of that. And I do need to be more powerful to face what's ahead of us. So I'm asking, I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing, asking you to help me out. And with that, he'll open his locket, and the tooth that he has saved in his locket, he's gonna put down where the other offerings are.
Roll a religion check with advantage.
Okay. 12.
12. Okay. You sense like a bit of like warmth coming from the altar, and that is about all that you get at this moment. And you don't know if that's Dodathal like sending out warmth. You don't know if that's just like there's candles everywhere. Is this just like a wave of warmth from the candles? But that's what you're getting right now.
Lü'mis stands there for a bit, not like you said, not really knowing is this a sign? Am I supposed to like wait here until I get a sign, like a more clearer thing? I think he hangs out there for a bit until one of the other 2 or Helena kind of gets his attention. He'll just kind of just be there waiting for a clearer sign, I guess.
I think while Lü'mis is praying, Emil will finish his prayer, but then not wanting to disturb Lü'mis, go sit next to where Ellis is laying down.
You walk up to Ellis, who has been lying down on a pew, like in the back, like tucked away from everybody else, and I have my dagger out, and on the back of the pew in front of me, I am carving into the pew. It just says "toxic for Nanoxis."
Fulfilling
as you walk up to me, I'm like, "Hey, dude, what's up?"
You're fulfilling his holy covenant. I see. Didn't want to interrupt your little ritual. Can I sit down?
Oh yeah, I don't think he gives a fuck about any of this shit. I'm gonna do my worshiping later.
This is our first kind of quiet moment in the last couple weeks, so I thought maybe I'll lower my voice where it's just whisper. I thought maybe we should check in with each other.
Sure, bud. What's up?
Well, there's something I need to say to you. That I did not have the emotional intelligence to say at the time. Thank you for saving my life when Lü'mis died.
Well, one, thank you for saying that. It's very kind of you. I appreciate you for saying that. And to clarify, it definitely was Helena who saved your life. But yeah, I mean, I guess in reflecting back, yeah, sorry for getting. I mean, that was a pretty tense little moment for us. And I don't know about you, but I think we're past it. Do you feel like we're past it?
I do. Yeah, I do. I just wanted to make sure that we were okay. And also to say thank you. I mean, yes, Helena brought me back, but it was you who turned the tide of that fight. And I'm seeing things differently now. You know, I finding it difficult, these changes I'm going through, but what I'm learning from you, Ellis, is that I need to enjoy myself a little more. That there's more to fight for than my money. And seeing you do stuff like this, and I'll point to like the carving. I want to do more of this. I want to do more. I want to do more than the store. Maybe. I'm thinking. And I insulted you in the woods. I called you a kid. You said never to call you that again. And I apologize for that as well. I'm learning a lot from you. And I'm wondering if you have any insight with all of your experience into how I'm doing out here.
Well, for starters, you smell like garbage. And I think that is a big step for you. I mean, shit, even when I met you in that cave, you smelled really good. And we were hogtied in a cave, and you smelled good. That was like one of the first thoughts I had about you. I was like, dang, this old fucker smells good.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, I hate it. I can't stand it. I don't like it.
You don't.
I think that Xyluria probably wants me to become one with like nature, right? So like I should just like.
Yeah, there's lots of things in nature that smell good. That's a cold hard fact. The rain, fresh cut grass, various fruits and berries, and flowers.
Damn, that's a good point. You see what I mean? Look at you. You're out here blowing people's heads off. You got a god in your chest. You've got a hot date tonight. You are...
Tonight? What?
What?
A hot date tonight?
Isn't that what you said? You have a date tonight? You said that like 20 minutes ago.
No. I'm going on a date with Elizabeth after I save the world. I want to look cool. No. I'm going to go do some Nanoxis stuff tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, and either way, very impressed, Ellis. And excited to be saving the world alongside you and to have your input on what the hell I should be doing in my life.
Well, I mean, dog, for starters, I think you're doing great. Look, it's totally fair for a group of people who don't know each other very well to, hey, be riding the waves of success, and then a little bump in the road comes. It's how we react to that bump in the road, and I think we reacted to that bump in the road accordingly. We screamed at each other, and then we flew across the country to save a friend. It was like a buddy cop comedy. And I think other than that, at least all the time that I've spent on the road, shit gets crazy really quickly. You lose people. Things go wrong. You're down on your luck. There's fun to be had everywhere. We could always have fun. And even while we're staring down the face of death itself and the world ending, like, if a Torum ends up winning and his big, I'm assumingly very large foot steps on us and kills us, I'm gonna make a wisecrack about that foot right before I die.
Yeah, I've been a little afraid of this, but I am enjoying the work. It was fun to like create a store and like build it up from the ground and basically become an overnight success. But it's also fun to be out here doing like smashing this god and all of his forces. It's enjoyable.
I think that's the kind of the scary part sometimes. It's like, especially as dog, we committed felonies in Theron Hill that would put us away for life.
That's true. I didn't think about that, but yes, you're right.
And it was crazy fun.
I missed the matchbook. Anyway, last thing.
Okay.
Last thing. It seems like Venzor might be on the horizon again. And so much has changed in the month since we were there. Physically, I mean, look at me. Physically, perspective-wise, where things look like they're going. And I'm going to make a similar request that I did the first time we went, which is that I need both of your help in explaining things to Kara. I mean, she knows about being a Dreesblood, but I have a lot to update her on, and I think this time I need to come clean to the girls as well.
What I'll say is the last time we went to Venzor, didn't really feel like I knew you very well. And when you first presented me with that offer, I was like, that's a crazy thing to ask a stranger. Two strangers. But at this point, brother, you can stay outside. I'll tell your family.
Oh, thank God.
I'll tell him everything you wanted me to tell him. I'll walk your precious little angels through it all.
I'll put a hand out to shake his hand, all businesslike, and say, I'm gonna go take a bath, I think.
I do that cool elbow handshake with you. You grab the elbows instead. And I was like, I'm gonna go tap Lü'mis on the shoulder. He's just been sitting crisscross applesauce for like 15 minutes.
While you all were having this conversation, Helena finished her praying. That's not how you say that.
That's good. No, keep it. Don't cut it. It's also the episode title, so you can't cut it.
Praying. She goes down the center aisle and enters a pew, and then scoots all the way down the pew until she's as close to Lü'mis as possible without like bothering Lü'mis or like being next to Lü'mis. But obviously this isn't quiet because she's in full plate armor. So Lü'mis, you just hear like the clanging of metal as someone scooches all the way down the bench towards you. She's still probably like a couple feet away from you as you're on like the outside of the pews. But you obviously hear the sound.
As I hear the sound, I'm going to turn around and just look like straight at her. Am I supposed to feel more than warmth?
I was hoping you would have questions for me, Lü'mis, about this.
I just feel like warmer, which is interesting because I don't really feel much.
Well, then that would be a good sign if you felt anything at all. I mean, I sometimes pray to Siloria, and I don't get anything back. And maybe that's because I talk too much, or I'm too loud, things like that. But
You're extremely powerful. I think that's what you're getting from this.
well, certainly, but but sometimes you pray and you be like, "Oh,
No, I
Mother
don't
of
know. I don't
Abundance."
pray.
You're so right. But sometimes you pray and you want a clearer answer. Siloria has never spoken to me and been like, "Hello, Helena. Here's a bunch of power for you." It's been through feelings and visions or signs and things like that. So a sign of warmth. I mean, Dotathal is in death. You are wrapped in a blanket of your memories of your life, a symbol of warmth. So perhaps that is a good enough symbol.
I guess. I mean, I was kind of expecting more, but that makes sense. I've never done this before. I don't know. I kind of just imagine, physically and figuratively crossing this barrier. More would have happened, but I guess I'll wait.
Waiting's good. I think people often think that something magical might happen in a chapel or when praying to a god every time, but sometimes it's just about it's like meditation of sorts. You following being a monk and all of this must know about centering oneself. A lot of times people come to prayer to center themselves, just kind of in doing so with another god or another person.
I guess I never really thought about it like that. Is it faux pas to, take the offering you left?
You mean back? You want to take back your offering?
Yeah, it's, really sentimental.
It would be, strange to do so, but I won't tell you no. No one here is going to slap your wrist. I don't know what a god might do.
I guess, is it, better to leave it? Do people, steal the offerings?
I've never seen someone steal an offering, and if I did, I'd cut their hands off.
Do you think that person has the same mentality? And he's, pointing at the person that's, sweeping the
And
cleaning
it's like
the...
a really old gnomish man.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm certain that he has the same mentality. Maybe not a blade in hand, but maybe he has some way of punishing people.
Okay. I'm gonna sit here for a bit longer to see if I feel anything else.
Okay, good luck. Good luck to you, Lü'mis. And then she noisily slides back through the pew and goes over to Ellis and Emil.
Are y'all are y'all cool if I dip out?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some stuff I want to do too. I think probably doesn't involve the two of you. We've got a couple of days, right? We said we wanted to hang out for a day or maybe two max.
Yeah, I gotta run a quick errand, and I gotta do some arts and crafts. Meet me back at the Squirrel's Folly. I don't know, at sundown, and I just get up and walk out of the church.
How are you doing, Lü'mis? How was that? I would say as I get up and kind of walk out of the chapel.
I felt warmth.
Wait, is that different? Because you don't have any blood?
Yeah, I usually don't feel
anything.
Period.
Oh. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. I didn't know that there was any kind of connection to anything besides, what's right here in front of me. So that's cool, I guess. That's progress.
I think so. I was kind of hoping it would be quicker. We have things to do.
Is the amulet working now?
it hasn't shipped yet.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, well, hey, lay in the groundwork. That's great. So Ellis just went off on his own. Last time one of us went off on his own, shit happened. But I guess that's cool. We're stronger now.
Yeah, we have the sending stones. Maybe we just check in every half
Round.
hour.
Sure. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I have a couple things I was hoping to do while we were here. A couple of appointments. They're here, luckily. I want to see Isabella, the librarian, just to see if she's dug up anything else of importance. But I also just thought just now I should probably see Danielle Stravich. She's the one who started me on all this, and she might have some input on the Indigo Magnolia, that vision I had. She's the one who I first connected with all of this about. So, I don't know. I just thought it would be worth a visit.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I wanted to go talk to the librarian as well. So maybe I think I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer. Maybe I'll just meet you there.
Okay.
Are we meeting Ellis anywhere?
He said to meet at the Squirrel's Folly at sundown. Very mysterious.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
You good?
I don't really know.
I mean, you were dead like 2 weeks ago, so...
Yeah, the dying doesn't necessarily mess with me. It's the not being powerful enough to fend for myself that is fucking with me right now.
Well, we've only gotten stronger. So... just keep on. I'm kind of out of inspirational stuff right now, but just keep on, Lü'mis. I think that's all we can do.
Yeah, that's all we can do. Just keeping on.
And maybe we get a god of death on our side. I don't know. That'd be great.
That would be great. That would be helpful. And Lü'mis looks up.
Well, you let me know if there's anything you can do. Okay?
Anything I can do?
Anything I can do
Oh,
for you.
okay.
I'm offering my help.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm also new to this offering help thing, so we'll just put a pin in that one, I guess, for now.
Yeah. I'll meet you in the library.
Sounds great, and I'll leave to go to the library.
There's nothing like a group of buds just willingly going to church together and all going their separate ways to have their own prayers. It's really, really beautiful. Thank you so much for listening to episode 81 of our podcast. This could get dicey. It means the world that you're here. We've entered into a new tens place. We're in the 80s now. I forgot to commemorate that last episode. What a decade. In fact, it's not really one of my favorite decades at all. But this decade of This Could Get Dicey, it's going to be great. I think you can tell. I can tell. We can all tell. Thank you so much for listening. I want to send a shout out to a Patreon subscribers. We love y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. If you feel like joining our Patreon, you can head on over to patreon.com/TCGDpod. Find a tier that works for you. We got a free tier. You know how this works. If you sign up for the free tier and it's free, you get a pretty cool video of us every week where we called This Did Get Dicey, where we break down the episode we just recorded. Get to see our faces. See us a little joke around, little jokey jokes. You can also hit us up on our website and most socials at TCGDpod. Please consider rating and reviewing this podcast. It really helps spread the word. Tell a friend, word of mouth, all the good stuff. If you love the podcast, help other people love it. And we'll keep making it for more and more people. But other than that, I hope you're enjoying this funny app, this very religious episode, and thanks.
At last, I have reached the tallest peak in all the world, where the wisest person lives. Finally, I'll get the answers I seek.
Welcome. I am the wisest person in the world. Ask me your question.
What is my purpose in life? What should I be doing to achieve pure happiness?
You must stream Game Master Monday.
Come again.
Game Master Monday, the bi-weekly podcast that plays a new one-shot in a new system in a new setting with a new cast every episode. Listening to their funny jokes and wild stories is the only path to happiness, my child.
Sick. I'm going to go home and binge the whole thing right now.
What a nice kid. Oh dear, he fell off the mountain. Now they'll never know how good Game Master Monday is.
Cool. Helena will follow you, Emil, to go to the library as well, as she likes reading in the kids section under the big mushroom there. We will cut to Ellis, though, and see what he is up to.
Ellis will find like the nearest general store, like just we haven't really been to like a general store in Mistfall, but I'm just looking for. I'm sure there's several. I'm just looking for the nearest one.
Probably the most general store is the Druid's Craft, which just has a bunch of like raw materials for the most part, as well as like canned goods and pickled items. It's a mixture between like an apothecary and like a general store where people like order stuff. At it's run by a furbolg man with pale mintish green hue and white shaggy hair. Oh, welcome.
But before I walk in, I use Mask of Many Faces to change my appearance into that of Granic Valum. And as I walk in, I go, yes, hello.
Oh, hi there.
Yes. What is your name, good sir?
My name's Monty.
Nice to meet you, Monty. I am in the lookings for some black spray paint. Do you have any?
Oh, of course, we have Fantasy's black spray paint.
I didn't know if that had been invented in this world. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, you find some sort of device that you like. It's spray paint. It's fantasy spray paint. Sure.
I want to buy like 3, 4, 5 cans.
We'll say that is 2 gold.
Sick.
Oh, are you a graffiti artist? Or are you going to paint a piece of complex furniture?
No, I'm about to do something a bit more artistic. By the way, my name is Granic Valum. I'm a big head honcho in Venzor. I'm visiting on business and pleasure. And I hand him the 2 gold.
Oh, okay.
I'll remember your store.
Thank you, Mr. Valum.
And as I'm walking out the door, and I was just like, I just like telling people this. I did nothing to earn my wealth. And
Oh.
And as I walk out, and I'm walking like down like the next nearby alley, like with 5 cans of spray paint, I like transform back into myself. I'm like, cooked his ass. And I will then go back to my cubby in the Squirrel's Folly, and with the like Sharpies and paper I bought from Tiny Tim, I will start to craft some zines. There's actually a TikTok video I saw a couple of like months ago.
We gotta get Alex off of TikTok. That's enough. You're buying. You got the gold chain from TikTok. You're getting zine
It's about
ideas.
how to make a. It's like very like DIY punk, like how you could turn 1 sheet of paper into an 8-page zine.
Yes.
With just a couple folds, couple cuts.
Yeah.
It looks very, very cool, and so I'm gonna try it, not in real life, but in fantasy life.
Sure.
I start making these zines, and it just says, like, on the front cover, it says, like, Nanox's fan club, and when you open to the first page, it says rules for the Nanox's fan club. It's 1, play pranks; 2, hang out at night; 3, talk about Nanoxis a lot; 4, be bad / or good ? And then 5, finally, learn about ravens, and there's an arrow pointing to, like, flip the page, and when you flip the page, it's a bunch of raven facts. Ravens pretend to hide food only to move that food to distract other ravens from potentially finding their food. Next raven fact: ravens are one of the only things besides humans and apes to gesture at things, like point at things. Next fact: ravens can live fucking anywhere. Doesn't matter what climate. They live in every continent. They live in every, like, it doesn't matter if it's the plains, the deserts, the mountains. They're fucking everywhere. They're happy to be there. Next raven fact: ravens can hold a grudge for up to 1 month. Finally, the last raven fact: a group of ravens is called an unkindness of ravens, which I did not know. And
I thought it was a murder.
That's crows.
That's a murder of crows. And I have another page that says, we don't fuck with crows. And I just spend the next, like, pretty much until sundown, until people come back, just, like, making a bunch of, I would say, you know, like, I'm hoping to make, like, 50 of these zines.
Okay.
And on the back of each zine, I am going to tape 1 gold piece to each one.
Oh shit! That's
Go
good.
ahead and roll a performance check here to see how well you craft your DIY zines.
That's pretty
Absolutely. And no matter what I roll, I'm having. Ellis is having fun doing it. Performance. Oh, that's a 15 plus 6 for a 21.
21. Yeah, for your first go at making a zine, these are expertly crafted. By the 50th one, you figured out that you can, like, use a pencil to make the creases even better. So your first one's maybe a little puffy, but your last one's nice and crisp and flat. And you make 50 zines with a gold coin taped to the back of them all.
Sick. And then I take all my zines and I put them in a bag, and I go and I sit at the bar, and I say, Lauren, I'll take a plate of food and beers until my friends show up. And I just sit there and park it and wait for everybody else to come back to the Squirrel's Folly.
They will bring you food and beers until your friends show up.
What time is it? Because we're not meeting till sundown, right?
It's probably like, I would say by the time I finished shopping, by the time I went home and did all these zines, I'm hoping it's like 3-4 o'clock that I can get a few beers in, a good hearty plate of food in before the few hours before sundown.
Excellent. We will go to... Does Lü'mis want to do anything else in the chapel?
I think Lü'mis just sits there. We don't have to RP it and don't know the time amount, but, like, lingers there a little bit longer. It's kind of still just, like, looking around for a more obvious sign from Dodathal. And before he leaves, he, like, hesitates grabbing the tooth, but then ultimately just leaves it there. And then he will just, you know, out loud or to Dodathal, but obviously not to anyone physically there, this is big for me. Look after it. And then as he leaves, he'll talk to you said it was like a gnomish person?
Yes, there's a little old gnome man.
It goes up to the little old gnome man, and he says, I left something very important there. If it's not there by the time I get back, it's on you. And just walks away.
Okay. And you just see him make eye contact with the person that's sitting at the desk in the corner too, and they're both like, oh my god.
And Lü'mis makes And Lü'mis makes his way to the library.
All right, let's go to the library. Walking into the library, you see Isabella sitting at the front desk again, and welcomes you all in.
I think before I enter, actually,
Okay.
while Lü'mis is taking his time, I'm going to like find the nearest stream, which in Mistfall I think they're plentiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll like kind of clean myself off, but I'll also like drop my pack and take out my navy blue suit, my original one, and I'll throw it on just like over the equivalent of a t-shirt, and like roll the sleeves up to kind of try and find some happy medium between where I was and where I'm going, and then I will walk in like that, minus all the stankiness.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in, and Isabella welcomes you. Oh, hi there. Welcome back into the library.
Hi, Isabella. Is Lü'mis here too?
Probably, yeah, at this point,
Okay.
I imagine.
5 minutes later, Lü'mis walks in.
Yeah.
Exactly 20 episodes ago. Sorry, exactly a week ago. Was the last time I was here. You gave me so much information about the era of the goddesses. And it's been a crazy week. A really long week. It's my first time to really stop and think about what all has happened, what you've told me. I'm kind of recapping for myself as well, and for anyone who might be listening, there was Mistfall used to be a different place called Undersilver. Did I get that right?
That's correct, yeah.
And there were other older cities that no longer exist. There were some other goddesses present, malevolent ones, Arpotinia, Inordi, who kind of started the era of the Lost. And then there was a name you gave me, Jasper Covington, from like 13 to 1400 years ago. Like some writings that happened at the time. I'm basically here to check in. Has anything else come up for you, and any research that would be helpful to us as we seek to stop, and I'll whisper in case there's any other patrons around, to seek to stop the end of everything?
I will go see. I'll go see if I wasn't sure when you all would be back, so I'll go get the file in the back and see what I dug up in this last week. The memory, it goes. So I'll be right back. So as you all are kind of standing there waiting for Isabella to come back, a gnome woman comes up to you all. She has like a navy blue sort of suit jacket on, with a navy blue skirt. She looks pretty like prim and proper.
It's a good suit.
It's a good looking suit, yeah. Well, hello there. I heard you all have been using our facilities here, and I just wanted to say I'm most excited and happy that you all have been using our facilities here at Mistfall. I am Daffil Hogglesbay. I'm one of the representatives here in Mistfall, and I thought I would introduce myself to. Well, I guess I don't think I know about this big green woman. But I've heard there's been a group of adventurers fitting your description coming into town, and I wanted to introduce myself.
Daffo, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I'll extend a hand to shake. And then, just with our recent experiences with representatives in Ice Rune, as I shake their hand, vibe check. Are they sizing us up? What's the deal? Do they have a strong grip? Do they seem like a fighter of sorts? Like, what are we dealing with?
Go ahead and roll an insight check. You can both make this
Okay,
insight
I was about to say, I'd also like to do a vibe check.
I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Lü'mis, you're a little preoccupied with all the stuff that
Yep.
happened in the chapel. Emil, though, you not a very strong grip, not like a weak grip, but she's certainly no warrior. This is probably a wizard. You're kind of looking at her and seeing how she was kind of like talking about like the facilities. This is like one of the representatives, perhaps, that sort of like represents the academy and the library within the council. Kind of initial vibe check is there is a bit of like concern in her voice, a bit of like a tiny bit of like sizing you up, but you don't get any sort of like you're about to get arrested or I'm mad at you or anything like that. It's kind of just like you all have been kind of doing a lot in town, and so maybe it's time for some like face-to-face time is where she's coming from.
Daffel, perhaps we should sit down and talk. A lot has happened in the last couple months in your beautiful city that kind of centers us, I feel.
Yes, we can go sit on over here at one of these tables here. I've been hearing what you all have been digging up here at the library, and it's concerning to say the least, because the knowledge exists, so of course anyone can access it, and that's completely fine if you've all just been accessing it. However, it would be lovely to know if there is some sort of god coming back that's going to destroy our beautiful ice rune.
Why? What would you do with that information?
What would I do with that information? I'm part of the council. We could use our resources to investigate more of this and figure out what's going on and get to the bottom of it.
The council? Who else is on the council?
Well, here in Mistfall,
does the council refer to just Mistfall's government, or like the whole Ice Rune?
It could be kind of like both. Like there's representatives here in
Okay.
Mistfall, and they're kind of like the local council, but then they report to the larger council of all of Ice Rune. How frequently they all kind of come together is just sort of dependent on like the needs of Ice Rune.
Mm-hmm.
But they probably see each other face to face like quarterly, so like every few months. So assumably though, she's kind of just talking about like locally what's going on. Well, yeah, there's myself, and I kind of represent the academy and the knowledge center here in town, and the leader of Mistfall is Lady Callow Idalia, and she's just a good leader. That's what I wrote here in my notes. As she's the next one is Spring Tally, and she's a part of the kind of trade and commerce side of Mistfall. And then lastly, we have Bracco Moondust, who's sort of represents the shopkeepers part of the commerce.
Moondust,
the
of
business
Moondust
owners.
Emporium.
That's right, the Moondust Emporium. That's him.
The first business here I patronized.
Well, I will tell him that he must be doing something right if that's the first place people go to.
Well, they had their oldest and most frail person out on the street during a rainstorm, so it really drew my attention.
So they do that sometimes, yes. Everyone here is a hard worker, so.
I guess I'm wondering, Daffel, how much do you know about what we've been doing?
Well, I'll be honest. I've heard about you all helping Alarin, and you handled that lobster that stole the whole ship. Springer was most grateful for figuring that one out. I heard about the new little robots down at the Squirrel's Folly. I mean, I heard you all brought them back here and got them little jobs to help out Lauren there as well. I heard you all come here and have been doing some research, and I've kind of poked through some of those notes as well. Overall, I've been hearing you've all been doing good things and have seemingly been making a good impact on the world, and sounds like you want to stop whatever's happening here in the bigger picture. However, I've also heard that there's only 3 or 4 of you, and that is admirable that the 3 or 4 of you want to stop a god, but gosh darn it, that's a big ask for 3 or 4 people.
I'll look at Lü'mis, kind of do like a head tilt. Like, what are you thinking?
Are you trying to set us up with more people?
Well, I don't listen. I don't exactly know. Mistfall does not have much of a military presence. I'll tell you that. So if we need an army, that's we gotta go upwards to rally troops, so to speak, because we have city guards, and that's about the limit of that. I don't know. I kind of came here to talk to you all to kind of hear a little bit more on what's been going on, I guess, on the ground, as I assume you all have taken this information and sort of run with it a little bit. And I guess we'd just like to know, well, I mean, it's just alarming. If this is all true, if you all need resources or want to talk to people on the council or something, I mean, it's just a little concerning to hear 3 or 4 people are like, yep, we're going to stop this god and we're going to save the world, and we're not going to tell people who have power and the resources to do stuff.
Daffel, how much do you trust the other councils in Icetrun?
Well, it sort of depends, doesn't it? Everyone's got ulterior motives. I can't say I sit on the Mistfall Council and don't advocate for the Academy and the library all the time. I think here in Mistfall we're pretty fair with each other, and we try to be fair with the other cities. But they're a little bit more vicious than us here in Mistfall. You know us; we're pretty kind here. Trust is hard, but by you saying that does make me believe that you maybe don't trust people on the council at large.
Well, the council's part of this.
Okay, that's not good.
I am hesitant to trust even now because of what we've dealt with. But having treated Mistfall as the home base of the Squirrels Foolies, that's us, the Squirrels Foolies, for the last couple months, I know that this is a great place. I know that this is a peaceful place. That the violence that has happened outside of your city walls and nearby have not been because of a corrupt government or anything like that, as is true in other cities. I'm afraid by telling you what's really going on, we could inspire panic. We could inspire the opposite of what's needed to prepare.
Well, that is interesting, because it is in my best interest for the people of Mistfall and of all of Icetrun to make sure that any sort of dangers to them are handled.
So then, you know about the era of the goddesses, since you've been going through the notes.
I've been going through the notes, and I did hear about the era of the goddesses.
And you know that some gods got upset with this peaceful era and sought power and caused some chaos and overturned things, and Atorum rose to power.
I read all these notes. Yes, I saw. So is I also read that a Torum kind of was imprisoned into the earth.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. Okay.
I've seen him face to face.
All right.
There are forces at work across the continent, and I will actually put my head in my hands and kind of look down at the table, but also press the sending stone in my ear so that Ellis is tuned in. As a representative, Daffel, of Mistfall, it's important that you know that Atorum's coming back, that everything that happened in the era of the Lost could happen again, and that it's going to be really hard to trust other people that you may have been naturally inclined to trust in the government. Like, for example, Granik Valum.
Ellis is mid-bite of a potato or something. And it's just very what? What? And to the sitting stone, I'm just what are we doing? Are we trusting the government now?
Lü'mis presses their sending stone. No.
Well,
Great,
what
carry
was
on.
that? Okay. You're telling me you don't trust Granic Valum. That's a bold statement, but I guess... Okay. Which means that rules out all of Theron Hill as any sort of allyship, then.
All of Theron Hill.
Right.
Also, I'm not sure how much you can trust the government of Brianhorn, even though I know it's kind of an academic city as well. Granic has some kind of operation going there as well, where it's on our list of places to go to investigate, and also seek more information about the era of the goddesses and kind of how they were successful. What's Silas's last name?
Halleckfur?
Yes. We also just visited Theron Hill and kind of messed with what the Halleckfurs have going on there as well. Silas and his dad, both kind of shits.
Oh, you mean the Valums are in Theron Hill.
Oh, who the
Halleckfur, Silas is the son of Lady Halleckfur, who's part of the Venzor
Oh,
Council.
in Venzor. Okay, yeah.
And Silas helped get Raya, away when you all fought outside of the house there.
I'll convey that and say, you see my hesitance to tell you this as a representative of Mistfall.
That is certainly, those are a lot of claims on a lot of the other cities. I mean, just to kind of make sure, have you heard anything here about us or any sort of corruption within the four of us?
I have not.
Okay, well, that's something. I'm just gonna say that's something. I hear what you're saying, though. I really do hear. And listen, you all seem like nice people who have done nothing but good things around these parts. But it's hard to believe 4 people are gonna just take on a whole gob. But I also understand that we cannot take this to the council at large, as if Granic is part of all of this.
Would it make you feel better to know that we do belong to another organization that's working on this as well? It's not just the 4 of us.
Well, that is promising.
It's basically just the 4 of us, though. I will say, is there anything you can offer? What is the motive? Were you just seeking information from me today? Because, as you can understand, we are busy and currently have our self-care plan in place so that we can take on the next challenge. So, is there anything else we can help you with today?
She's gonna roll an insight check on you all, because it's, trying to figure out, are you all, is this a ruse to misdirect her or something like that? So go ahead and roll persuasion, deception, one of these, and she will roll insight. What did you roll?
I rolled a 10. Persuasion.
A 10. She rolled a 19. Now, I just met you. You just met me. So I understand we're kind of playing a little poker here, so to speak. I think I got what I needed to hear here to understand, just put faces to names. I'm going to think about all this. I'm going to look through some of those notes again. And I think I won't say we, I'll say I. If things seem to kind of come up looking in your favor, I guess, so to speak, I would certainly like to help give you all some resources to help your endeavor to help the city in Asrun. Financial, transportation, I don't know. We'll figure that out with your needs, but it's been nice meeting you all.
My name's Emil Mazak, by the way.
Pleasure.
And this is Helena, champion of Siloria.
Helena reaches out and shakes Daffel's hand.
I look over at Lü'mis.
I'm Lü'mis.
Okay. It's been lovely meeting you all. Are you all kind of staying within Mistfall or around Mistfall for the next couple days?
Just for a day or two, but then we have to be off. And Daffel, Lü'mis and I just had a conversation. We're not particularly good at asking for help. If you genuinely have help to give, muster what you have, because It's the time to do it. We don't have long. This could be the last winter we know in this era.
Roll another persuasion check.
Am I still on like the voice call?
Yeah, I'm keeping it open.
You hear me like take a big gulp of beer and then burp. And I'm just like, y'all are killing it. Let's get an army on our side, and I will give you a bardic inspiration.
Can you get bardic inspiration through the headset?
Can I?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Is it a D8?
Lü'mis can walk on
Yes.
ceilings. Sure.
That's sick. All right, persuasion.
Yes.
I got a +5. Let's go. Oh my god, the worst roll. Not the worst, but pretty bad. 3 + 4 is 7 + 5 is 12.
I will see you all tomorrow once I have kind of sat with this. I'll be back here at the library, I guess, and we can talk then.
Tread lightly. Be careful who you tell this to.
I understand. And she will leave the library. And we will stop there tonight, with Daffel leaving the library and Isabella gathering some notes, that she might have found over the last week. And I think this could get dicey.
We're finally working with the government.
Oh no.
Ugh.
This could get dicey.
You just asked us if we're doing better, Kenny. We're not.
We're not.
I'm gonna really need Alex to make that zine IRL, even if I have to get all the supplies for him. Thank you so much for listening. You can check us out on all the things. TCGD Pod is what we're mostly found on all the social stuff. And you can listen to us next time on April 2nd.